Hello everyone and welcome back to another NerdBenji video. So today is part 2 of my first Football Manager experiment, where we took away all of Liverpool's players and staff and are seeing how they fare in the future without them as they rebuild their team. So in the first part, we oversaw their first 3 seasons where they got relegated, but came straight back up first time of asking, and secured a nice mid-table finish in the first season back, and probably signed 200 players in the process. Today we are following the next 3 seasons, season 4, 5 and 6. And in the next part, we will be following the final 4 seasons. I can't help but notice this Bitcoin. I thought it said Bitcoin at first. Yeah. So, 4th season was finished. How did the Premier League go? Liverpool finished 8th, so almost back into Europe. They don't appear to have anyone amongst the high stats, but let's take a look at them. So, Luciano Spalletti is no longer their manager. Okay, he was sacked in December. I'm guessing they weren't doing particularly good. Then, stages. So the first half gives an idea. No, they seem to be doing fine. I don't, did Liverpool beat any of the bigger teams again? I just sort of want to know. No, they didn't appear to do too well against the big teams this time around. But former Barcelona manager Ernesto Valverde is now in charge there. So who did they sign this season? They splashed the cash again. Not as many players, thankfully, this time, but they signed Henry Lawrence, Domingos Quina, former West Ham youngster, Umar Saleh, Stefan Al-Sharari, who you may remember because he used to be very much in the public eye, Jamal Lewis, Anthony Andrews, Talisca, Christian Pavon, formerly of Atletico Madrid, Oliver Skip, Amadou Haidara, 75 million for him. He used to play no, I'm thinking of a different Haidara that used to play for Newcastle. But an unbelievable midfielder. Calvin Stengs, PSG, and Diego Corridor. I was tempted to say Corridor then, but I stopped myself. Yeah. So, a lot of decent looking players once again. In terms of outs, just see, it's a lot of players that they previously signed, but just have since gotten better to the point that they don't need them. It happens. Yeah. Just wanted to see where were they predicted. 6th once again. Oh, I was just thinking, I swear I saw something. I do. Oh, I thought Liverpool were in Europe or something. I was thinking they'd won a European Cup or something. No. I must have just been seeing things, but slightly underachieving again this season. But because you can tell from their transfers that they have a lot of money to spend, and so you sort of reckon now within a few seasons they should be back where they were before. Yeah. It's to my surprise because I expected them to be a bit of a yo-yo club for a while, but I guess they didn't turn out to be in the end. But moving on to 5th season now, can they break back into the top 6? Okay, so 5th season is over. Let's see how the Premier League is looking. Tottenham won the title. And they say Football Manager is realistic. Harry Kane won top scorer with only 18 goals. I have trouble believing that. But Liverpool did just get back into the top 6. Will they stay there now? It's hard to tell. Ernesto Valverde is still manager there. Who did they sign? They spent another 200 million. They signed Andre Nika, Jean-Claire Todibo, who we of course know well from my Sheffield United series. Alan St-Maximin for 61 million from Newcastle. Mateo Fort from Man City. Not a real midfielder, but he looks unbelievable. Federico Valverde, Issa Diop, Mohamed Amiri, Robert Varga, and Mera Demiral. In terms of outs, a lot of money that they brought in, and you can see it's a lot of players that they bought before but no longer need. So the almost veteran Brozovic gone. He went to Juventus. Okay. So just out of interest, how did they do against big teams? They won away to Arsenal. Away to United. Drew at home to City. So maybe a decent finish for them. 6. Just out of interest, where were they predicted? 6. So they did what was expected of them. I mean, who is their best player? Calvin Stengs. Yeah, he is unbelievable looking. He looks like Leroy Sané as well, which is interesting. And Andre Onana is their second best player, apparently. Of course, he's been here the longest now, I believe I'm right in saying. Right. On to the final season then of the experiment. I seem to have got through things a lot quicker today. I don't know if there's something I'm like forgetting, or I don't know. But yeah, on to the final season. Can they get back into the Champions League? By final season, I mean of this episode's, so, of this part even. Yeah, I'm new to this, okay. Yeah, on to season 6. Okay, so we're here now at the end of season 6. And the job's clearly not available. It's not insecure, so maybe that's a good thing. Premier League. Tottenham won again. Liverpool finished 6th again. But they got some wins against bigger teams this time. They're not amongst the leaders, but Mary Demaral got the most yellow cards. Can you class that as a victory? Maybe. Liverpool were predicted to finish 6th, so maybe decent finish for them. Right. Ernesto Valverde, still manager there. Oh, he spent another lot of money. Not quite as much as they did before, but still a lot. They signed Todd Cantwell. Oh, what am I doing? Todd Cantwell for 54 million, which is intriguing. Maybe he's worth it, I don't know. Tal Magno, of course, we know him well. Nohan Kenne, Evgeny Alexandrov, Marcelo Diaz, and Peter Arnett. Let me see. He looks alright. And in terms of outs, you can see how they do just sort of turn over players. They buy them, and when they realise that they don't need them anymore, they get rid of them because they keep improving. So just sort of want to look. Tal Magno, he appears to have developed like he did in our save. Oh, I just made a spoiler. Yeah. No, Kenny looks very good. Evgeny Alexandrov, don't know too much about him. Went out on loan anyway. Marcelo Diaz, also on loan. Peter Arnett, he looks alright. Maybe he has high potential. I don't know. But that is the final season now. Just want to see. They clearly didn't win any cups. Wait, yeah, they were in the Europa League. So, how far did they get? They topped their group and got all the way to the semi-final. They got to the FA Cup quarter-final. They went out early in the Carabao Cup. But that is it for this part of the experiment, the second part. Next time it will be the final part as we look at the final 4 seasons. But yeah, like I said last time, if this is your first time around here, because I know experiments can sort of get out there, if you know what I mean. I do have a Football Manager series, and like before, I'll try and remember to make an end card, or put a link to it in the description, or something. We'll see. But yeah, thank you for watching, stay safe, and I will see you next time for the final part. Goodbye.